It's the start of the longest Formula One season ever. 23 races in 2023, and it all starts here at the Bahrain International Circuit. And here's how the calendar lines out. We start in Bahrain before moving over to Saudi Arabia and Australia, taking up into April. A month off before Azerbaijan back-to-back with Miami. Imola then follows Monaco with the remaining May dates. Spain moves to June, along with Canada and Austria leading into July. British Grand Prix on the 9th of July, then Hungary, and then Belgium rounds us out to the summer break. We come back at the Netherlands, then Italy, 2 weeks later Singapore, back-to-back with Japan. Qatar back on the calendar with a sprint race. United States, Mexico, Brazil, new addition to Las Vegas as well on the 18th of November. The season rounds out in Abu Dhabi on the 26th of November. 23 races, it's the longest F1 calendar in history. You know the look, you know the score. Here we go again, folks. Time for qualifying for the 2023 Bahrain Grand Prix. It's time to see who had the best pre-season test as we come in under the lights in Shakir. Let's take a look around the Bahrain International Circuit, a 3.362 mile circuit, 15 turns in total, 3 DRS zones as well. High elevation change up towards turn number 4. It's a fast, abrasive circuit. Get a good exit then out of the last corner and boot it hard towards turn number 1. Maximum usage as well of the DRS and ERS power. You're going 8th gear flat out, over 300 kilometers. Lap on the brakes very late, turning very tight. Right-hander, careful as you accelerate up the power. Flat out through the Kinkat 2 and then the rise uphill towards turn 3 with the second DRS detection zone. Turn 4 flat out, braking around about 80 meters to go. Flick the car in once again to the right, let it drift out wide. Pick up the accelerator, don't go all 4 wheels off the white line as well, but try and use it as much as possible. Down to the sand dune section now, 5th gear, right through the curves as well. Get back on the power, heavy braking stop once again, down all the way, 2nd gear corner, back to the right. Power mid-on at the exit, rise up. Turn 9 and 10, double sweeping left-hander. Take the first one tight, brake hard and turn. A lot of lockers on the inside front left here as well. Into the tight turn 10. DRS opens once again for the 3rd time. Down you go towards turn 11. Important to keep the car moving, important to keep the brakes on. Light tap of the brakes down to 4th gear, power through mid-exit as well, right up the curbs. Now, turn 12 and 13, very important. Don't touch the curbs at all, otherwise I'll spin you towards the wall. It's one of those type of circuits. Flick now, down, mid through, the last turn 13. Down, once again, the long back straight, no DRS. You're going to have to pass here with ERS management as well. Into turn 14 as well, another heavy braking zone, down 3rd gear. Back again to the right, turn 15's practically invisible as you hurtle down with the DRS open through the first activation zone across the line. That is a lap of the Bahrain International Circuit here in Shakir. And here we go again, as I say, it's time. Finally, qualifying is upon us. 60 minutes then to decide who's hot and who's not in the Formula 1 season of 2023. Aston looked quick. Red Bull looked quick. Ferrari yet to show their pace. Who knows what is going to happen? Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for tuning in and welcome to the watch-along coverage of the Bahrain Grand Prix. And this, the qualifying hour. Alongside me, Josh Turner, Megan Birch on the way to the com box. Josh, we've been waiting, we've been anticipating. Here it is, qualifying hour.
Yeah, we really have, and hopefully my mic is all right. And it's going to be a good hour of qualifying. It's going to be really interesting to see what Fernando Alonso can do in the Aston Martin, and also Lance Stroll, who has come back from a wrist injury after cycling incident as well. So it's going to be a really interesting first qualifying of the season.
I've just realised that my lip is bleeding. That's proves how much bad it is. I'm just going to take a quick sip of drink and ask you a question. Can Alonso take pole?
Yes, he can. Well, my dad has said yes, Alonso can take pole. A lot of the people who has been part of our commentary team across the weekend and in the commentators chat has said Alonso can take pole, and some are saying Verstappen can take pole, but those are the two favourites going into qualifying, but we will see when qualifying Q1, which will start in just under 8 minutes time. There is the
That's
Ferrari
Charles Leclerc getting in the car.
Ready.
It's going to be a lot of fun as well, and we can't wait to get going. We want your predictions in the chat as well. We want to know who you think is hot and who's not coming into this session. Who do you think is going to be on pole position? Can Max Verstappen take it, or can Fernando Alonso get it? Reminder, in terms of pole position stats as well, Fernando Alonso hasn't had a pole in over a decade in Formula 1, but he currently does stand on 22 career poles. Max Verstappen on 20 career poles as things stand. So it's still in the realms of possibility, Josh, that we could be seeing an interesting one, and we're going to be following on the onboard cameras as well throughout the session, and I can't wait for this. This is genuinely the most excited I've been all year long. We're getting ready. We're into qualifying. Let's see who can do it. My pick for pole is Alonso. Your pick's Alonso too. What about Max Verstappen? Does he stand a chance?
Yeah, I think we're going to have a Q3 battle between Fernando Alonso and Max Verstappen, which will be really interesting. A world champion from 2006 and 2005, if I remember rightly, and a world champion of 2021. Yes, I did just mention it. And 2022 and possibly 2023.
Yeah, two double champions. What a story it would be if both are going for their third world championship in the same time. The young generation of Max Verstappen and the old guard of Fernando Alonso. Already 2022 is showing us what could be. And just taking a look, Josh, as well at the format as well coming to it, as I'm just going to change this practice to qualifying one. We really don't know after Alonso topped the session from Verstappen second by 5 thousandths of a second. They're all getting into it, aren't they?
Yeah, we really don't know, so it will be very, very interesting to see how this qualifying will shape out. Just moments away from switching to the world feed and to the main commentary, but I can't predict what's going to happen in Q1 and Q2. I can just predict that the likes of Alonso and Stroll and Verstappen are going to be up top, or near the top.
Indeed. Here it comes then. It's Q1 for the season opener here in Bahrain. Up in the commentary box, it's Megan Birch, Josh Turner, and Josh Birch. Let's go.
I can't wait.
I do feel prepared, I feel ready.
I gotta focus on myself and try to do the best I possibly can.
I can't wait to put the hands on the steering wheel.
Feeling of winning is what motivates me.
Defending those titles, we go from being the hunter to the hunted.
It's go time.
The fastest sport on earth is about to get back back into action. For the 2023 season, it's the Formula One Gulf Air Bahrain Grand Prix. And this next hour will set the grid. It's time for qualifying. All the talking and speculation can stop across 28 hours of pre-season testing and practice sessions. It's time for the longest season in F1 history. 23 races across 2023. It all starts here. The Bahrain International Circuit, a 5.412 kilometre circuit, full throttle for 63.34% of the lap, over 200.37 miles an hour, 15 turns, elevation change at 16.8 metres on the run-up towards turn number 4. Tyre compounds here as well. Well, Pirelli have brought in their middle range, so it's the hard C1, the medium C2, the soft is the C3. Of course, we've got a new C0 tyre, which is the hardest. C4 and C5 not here this weekend. Night has fallen and drowned the sun. It's time to get going as well. The track illuminated. Track temperature 29 degrees, air temperature 24 degrees. Josh Turner's with us once again. He's down in the race control pit lane area to keep across of everything with some new technology this year that he discovered in practice 3 that he can help with and give us all the information. We've got that too up in the commentary box where, once again, for around about the 11th season now, and joining me in the commentary box is Megan Burge. Megan, I ask you this every single year, what do you think is going to happen? But this year's slightly different because Fernando Alonso, you took the words right out of my mouth. What a qualifier, what a start to the weekend he's had.
I really hope it continues all season. He wins.
Fast in testing, top to FP2, top to FP3, 5,000 second ahead of Verstappen.
He is good at this track.
Is he on for pole position? Is that even an opportunity?
He better be. He's good at this track. He's the only one on the grid who was actually there when we first ever did this race.
Yeah, pole position here, of course, in 2005. In that day and age,
wins.
yeah, in that day and age, 2005. By the way, it was a combination of qualifying. So Q1 and Q2 was added together to form one overall lap. So it was about 3 minutes. It was the aggregate qualifying as well that everybody hated. That got dropped after 6 races back in 2005.
Good.
But right here, right now, the car looks fast. Ferrari haven't turned their engine up. Look at that. Leclerc 5th and Sainz 8th in practice 3.
The engine's there?
Yeah, and Mercedes looking better, but Red Bull are there. And also, look at Stroll. Broken wrist, remember, with bandaged left.
Doing good.
Broken right.
Surprisingly.
Yeah.
I'm very, very surprised. It has to be.
And of course, Alonso, on this day, 22 years ago, made his Formula 1 debut with Minardi at the 2001 Australian Grand Prix. And 22 years later, he's still in Formula 1. He's still there.
You
There's
better
a talking
make
point.
pole just to commemorate the day.
I think he could do. It'll be pole position number 23 of his career.
Because I want him to.
And what I love is that if he does go, it'll be 23 of his career in 2023, in a year with 2023. Out of the AMR 23 is the car name. He's got a lot of 23s there.
Yesterday, the dates were 2-3, 2-3.
So it's a sign. It's just a massive sign for Alonso.
Now it's 24, 23.
Yeah. It is just a massive sign for Alonso. Right, let's say good afternoon to Josh. We heard from you in the pre-build-up as well. Josh, you've got a lot more toys to play with this year down at Race Control. I know you're not going to be with us for every race because you are away every now and then, but pleasure to have you on board again this year. We've got 41 seconds. What are you most looking forward to in this session?
Yeah, it really is. I should be here for most of them, but if I'm not here, I am trackside,
Yes.
hopefully, for some British touring cars and stuff this year. But it's going to be really interesting. And that person there has got the exact same phone case as what my dad had before he changed to his new one, which he has now. So very interesting indeed. But enough about phone cases.
Let's
more
get on.
about the on-track action, which is about
Here we go.
to commence.
Stand by. We've waited a long time for this. And the green light goes on at the end of the pit lane, and Formula One is go for qualifying in 2023. Usual qualifying procedure. We will have 18 minutes in duration in queue number 1 at the end. We will lose the slowest 5 drivers, and currently at the moment we've got Tsunoda De Vries heading out on the track as well. The night has fallen and we're into the session now, and it's all live. And Megan, I just want to show you this iPad screen for a moment, just to take a look at the amount of onboards we have this year for all 20 drivers. So you can pick any driver you like to have a look on, and I know where you're going immediately, aren't you, to Fernando Alonso, and she clicks Fernando Alonso's name, but he's not on the track just yet. But yeah, Tsunoda and De Vries are out there too at the moment, Megan. AlphaTauri been pretty much nowhere cross-testing and this weekend, but
I hope they make at least second.
Well, yeah, De Vries is a very experienced driver. He's a world champion in Formula E, and for Yuki Tsunoda, it's his third season now in
He
Formula
should
1.
know the ropes by now.
He should, and if not, is that going to be a problem? Is AlphaTauri going to be a team
I
where you've
think
got to
he's
watch?
getting better. Last year he seemed more of a silent and learning type.
Yeah.
He was learning the ropes and everything and trying to get as fast as he could.
This year he just looks a bit confident more, doesn't he? Yeah.
This year, I think he's acting a little bit more surprisingly like Ocon.
Yeah, I'd agree with that actually, yeah. Mini sectors are available this year as well on the T feed, which means we can swap to and from that battle screen, and you can see the mini sectors. Also helps me and Megan up here in the commentary box to keep an eye on things. Hulkenberg, Tsunoda, De Vries have headed out onto the track as well. And Josh, this new feature you've got hold of as well, just explain what it is. It's the data screen that if you can send it to the YouTube chat, that'd be fantastic for everyone to see. But it looks absolutely brilliant, isn't it? It's like a live timing hub.
Yeah, it's basically a live timing hub, and it keeps track of all of the stints that they do. So on the normal timing screens, it's just like it keeps track of the time, not the whole stint. So it gives you like personal best times, the timing beam, the sector 1, sector 2, sector 3 time, and the average time of all of the timed laps in that stint, which I think is pretty cool. But if I just do some stuff, come over here, copy link, and do
send it
something
into the
which is so
YouTube.
clever, Control and V, and press enter, it should be in the YouTube chat right.
Oh, and Charles Leclerc locks up in towards turn number 1 on the medium compound tyre. He was going for that run, and already, Megan, Leclerc locks up and has to back out of it. So Ferrari, who've been nowhere and struggling all weekend, struggling again already in this session.
Well, there's no surprise there, is there?
No, certainly not. Megan did tell me how to B-wheel, so we're going to smile and take the B-wheel. Is it going to load? Yeah, there we go. Perfect. As we get going, blimey, Megan, what on earth is that from you?
I don't know.
Should
do
we
it
read-
again.
let's redo it.
Because you put it...
Yeah. Let's take a look at the butt with the DRS zone for Charles Leclerc. It looks like it opened just before. Look at the butt.
Whoa,
Oh, look there.
definitely.
Something's flying off the top of the Ferrari. Let's
Let's
listen
hope
to
that does
radio.
not hit someone.
There's a part of that flew away.
I will come back to you.
Well, that's impressive.
So that's
You
the
saw
radio
that.
message coming through. Look at that. So it flies off. And Leclerc saw that, Megan, and reports it over the radio. Really impressive he found that.
At least he got
There
it.
was 2 bits, one big bit which went up and then down just onto the track, but there was a tiny bit which
Tsunoda.
flew way higher
Yeah.
than and it looked like it was going towards the grandstand, so that's going to be a good souvenir for someone.
Tsunoda.
Sonoda fastest on a 132.132 at the moment.
Every time I say his name, I think of Star Wars.
My Sonoda as well, as you can point out as well on the board, as it tries to come through. Sainz though, Megan, fastest sector 1, personal best sector 2, comes across the line, and he's 2/10 down on Sonoda's time. Does a 1:32.408. So Sainz and Ferrari taking a while to warm up. They're up there on the medium compound tyres, I notice, which is surprising. I thought they might go for the soft straight away.
Yeah, Yuki is on new soft tyres, and here is Charles Leclerc looking up into turn 1. I've just found out on
Oh,
my new
debris.
toy.
Oh, more debris, Josh. More debris into turn 1 from Leclerc. So where did that come off? Is it
What has happened
underfloor?
to his car?
Yeah,
Underfloor.
under the floor.
Outside.
Just let me know if it's all good on the car.
It's like his
was just a
underparts,
piece of
too.
the-
Red flag! Red flag!
Yeah, I would make that a red flag. Is Leclerc's car falling apart or something from the underneath? Is something not screwed up?
Yeah, well, they've stopped the session, whatever it is.
Because
with the-
both of the pieces
yeah.
that fell off look quite similar. Just one looked longer, one looked shorter.
Yeah, so the Ferrari's floor on Leclerc is disintegrating. We go into the red flag procedure. Not seen why. And there's no car stopped to the track, Megan, so it must be for debris. Unless it is the debris on the race line. So it's Charles
Look at
Leclerc's floor, turn 1 entrance.
It looks
On
like
the-
it's a
yeah.
cover as well to a pipe.
So red
thing.
flag will stop the clock as with 13:23 to go. And now, Megan, we just have to wait for that to be picked up. It shouldn't take too long, the red flag. But there's debris. That Ferrari all over the place.
It is all over the place. What is happening with it?
Really bizarre situation for so Ferrari struggled all weekend, and now they're having cars
And now they're falling apart.
literally. Well, we haven't had a red flag all weekend, Josh, and now we get one in Q1. First stoppage of the
No,
year.
we haven't had a red flag, but
yeah.
it's just a small one for Debris.
Oh yeah,
I was in it all
Megan
weekend.
hasn't been here all weekend. Now she gets in, and then all of a sudden there's a red flag. Same happened in testing.
Okay.
Well, you know that new toy I had? And
Yes.
it shows the average lap time of the stints.
Yeah.
Well, it also shows the average sector times.
What's it showing?
Because Sonoda's only done one time lap, it's just all the same.
Okay, Ted.
Barge board at the bottom section of it,
Barge
which actually deflects air inside of the front tyre and then round to be joined by the guiding vanes that bring it outside under the car. In short, I think that's quite a crucial bit of bodywork. It's not the fairing at the top, and they
He's
all
not
have
gonna be
quite
in for the rest of
intricate.
the
There is a
session
little
now, so
box
we
where
can
they're
expect
allowed to
the
put
lid to
bits of
be
bodywork under there. I
on the
think you
bottom
can probably
unless
just
you
about see it. Do you remember if you remember the Williams cars of sort of the early 90s and the McLarens? They used to have these similar kind of barge boards underneath the front wing end plate that would snake their way inside the front wheel. You've got to be quite old to remember these, but have a look on the internet, you'll find them. It's sort of similar to this, but on a smaller scale. That's quite an important bit.
And to further enhance what you're saying, or agree with what you're saying there, Ted, I think that could well have contributed to him locking his front wheels as well. He would have lost some front aero in there that may well have surprised him in terms of he's been, you know, he had all through the test, all through Friday and Saturday here, he's been braking at a certain point and suddenly his front wheels lock up. So we talked about...
Very interesting then. Martin Brundle is spot on. We're just waiting for the session to restart. The red flag has come out here at the moment as they come through. Yes, please. I've just been texted that Chinese has been suggested. Well, we never say no to a Chinese.
Please,
do we?
yes.
Yeah, see,
mine,
look, Josh agrees.
please, where?
Like those seagulls in Finding Nemo. Mine. Is it mine? Did I say
Well,
mine?
Thank you.
Would I rather have Chinese, or would I rather have barbecue chicken, which I'm having tonight?
Oh,
like
barbecue
wrapped in
chicken. I'll take the barbecue
boneless
chicken.
stuff. Yeah, well, here's a Carlos Sainz through the sand dune section. Got a little bit wide on the exit of turn 7, but not as wide as Oscar
Sainz
Piastri.
radio.
That's it from him.
Check when we go in the right part of the car.
More damage!
Two curb and 7 curb, and it feels quite
Is it
harsh.
Sainz?
Yeah.
Understood?
Sainz has had floor damage too.
Why do they both have it?
Well, both Ferraris struggling again. This is a...
Ferrari can't build a seat, and they can't build a car as well.
Track clear.
Is what we found out. And session will resume at 18:12 local, so we've got 4 minutes.
Why is it taking so
3
long?
minutes.
Why is it taking so long? It's really strange, this. We saw the safety car earlier in Formula 3 take ages, and now it's just taking around about what? Red flag came out 15:04, and the session restarts at 12, so it's taking about 6-7 minutes. And let's say Anthony Davidson.
Oh, and I think, like Ted said, it might have done a bit of damage as it's fallen off and gone underneath the car as well. And that's definitely why he struggled with the front right locking up as well into turn 1. And luckily for us, we can see this nice white stripe that they paint on it, or the sticker, to differentiate the two different cars. Carlos running the yellow strip, and Charles has got the white, and you clearly see such a huge chunk of it missing, and there goes your performance. So there was me thinking that they were just there just to deflect a bit of airflow and didn't really do much aerodynamically for the grip of the car, but yeah, he's just shown us for everybody to see that the damage that's done when you lose a part of the car and you can lock up as a result. Back to you, Crofty.
Race control session will resume at 18:12 local time, as Josh told us, and you can see on your battle computer. It is new.
New graphic layout.
It's a
The
bit
race control
more
messages.
together, yeah. I can actually read that one, Josh, as well. That's the better one. What are you doing, Megan? Are you just working out
I
things?
was working it out, so you'd already done it.
Well, I just need it because of the red flag. I just need it. Megan, Fernando, Nando. Megan's now looking at Fernando Alonso on the board. 1 minute 38 to go until the session restarts then as well. That's when the red flag's out as well. But there's Fernando Alonso, look, Megan. Are you happy you can now stalk Fernando? Do you know, Josh, do you remember in practice 3, I said as well, look, he's on the screen there as well on the onboard. I said, if Megan can have literally one driver that she can watch at all times, it'll be Fernando Alonso.
Could be, yeah. Well, about Fernando Alonso.
Yeah.
He likes his numbers
does.
ending in 3, doesn't he?
Yes.
What?
Spain, 13, last win.
Yeah.
His first pole was...
03, Hungary.
No, his first win was Hungary in
03.
I love the
2003.
number 3.
So, 03, 13, 23, AMR, 23.
Yeah. It's literally, he's on it, isn't he? He is completely on it. I reckon Fernando could be a race winner at this point. Adam says, hi Megan and Josh. And Josh, can Alonso win tomorrow?
He better!
Josh?
Yes, he can.
Good answer.
If he wants to. The restart is in 20 seconds, but I have to say that because Megan is in the box. But if I was to be honest, yes, he could potentially win, and he is a real chance for the pole position for today, as we've seen in all of the practice sessions. And the green light's going to go on in 3, 2, 1. Green light, and Q1 is back underway.
So the cars head out onto the circuit. I was happy just to let you take that, actually. I was able to press the button, actually. So where we go again then for Q1? Good thing is actually, and Lando's going out of the pit. Fernando Alonso is out of the pit lane, and Megan is now watching him on the onboard with a face cam. It's literally all of Megan's dreams. Megan, we've just been told your new phone is Megan. GT Omega sponsors, darling, sponsors. Can you move that chair back now? Since you moved it, there you go.
Continue.
Yeah, we have sponsors, remember. With GT Omega, you can get 5% off the discount as well if you go to PSGL.
It's a comfy chair, by the way.
Yes. Always like to help promote that because it's fantastic and comfy. Cars out on the track though, Meg. Session is back.
I heard you say water.
Yeah, there's water on the floor. Yeah, just quickly, you have a new phone now. That's
yes.
You do realise you can have the Sky Sports app, and you yourself can have Alonso on tomorrow and all time.
I know.
It means I can watch something else.
I can't use my new phone though until my case comes, which I need to order today.
No, but what I will do is you can borrow mine because it's the same style, so you can borrow mine until I get the...
No, I need Kylo Ren.
Yeah, but I'm fine with mine. I don't drop it like you do. Little Miss Smash.
I need Kylo Ren on my phone.
Have you ordered your new case?
No, I'm going to do it today.
Listen to the cheers that the fans are giving out.
They better be for Fernando.
It's actually for Charles Leclerc, I believe, who is coming out.
Why?
There. Well, it is Charles Leclerc.
He's dropping everything.
He was the reason for the red flag.
Exactly.
Josh, wasn't there a new rule this year that if you were the reason for the red flag, you can't then set a lap time? Is that only if you stop on track, that rule?
I haven't heard of that, but I know that happens in IndyCar, doesn't it?
Yeah, and touring cars too, if you cause the red flag. But I'll tell you one thing, Josh. Look at that, Carlos Sainz, track deleted. Track limits, turn 8, lap 3. So Sainz's time's been deleted, so it's only Tsunoda, De Vries and Leclerc done a lap time. Let's go through. Let's take a look. I love this as well. Anyone can win tomorrow, let's be honest. Adam says, if Alonso wins, Megan won't have a voice left. And as Josh just pointed out, there is a bet at the back of the comment box in case Alonso wins. But it's just for storage. But just in case, Megan, are you just focused?
No.
I need a new commentator. Megan's gone, please. I heard is if you stop on the track to manage. So yeah, the little R said, yeah, if you stop on the track and get going again, you can't then continue in the session. Thanks to that confirmation. I knew it was somewhere, but
there's winds causing trouble down the section. He just went down.
So that's down in turn 11 as well.
He kind of went like that.
Oversteer. Yeah. So that's down in turn 11. Well, so Megan's noticed that on Alonso's onboard.
On the straight.
Down there we go again, and look at the amount of cars. In fact, Josh, I think everyone's out on the track now. They're all flying. And look, for the first time this year, every driver's on the driver tracker.
Traffic.
And doesn't it look bad? And yeah, Alonso.
Who's in front of him?
Well, Alonso is
Verstappen.
Yeah, but of course that's 50 seconds back to that. Remember that.
Never still.
Oh,
chaos.
And change.
Well, if Verstappen's ahead of Alonso, that means that, look at this, the first sector times. Verstappen has done a 29.152, and Alonso, what did he do? Yeah, Zhou's fastest. Alonso's first sector time was a 29.259. Alonso is actually on the pace of Verstappen. It's not over yet.
But Leclerc's faster.
Leclerc is faster than the pair of them, 29.9.
You better slow down.
Russell is faster than the pair of them, 28.967. He's got even faster now. Really really impressive. And Lance Stroll goes fastest. 1:31.617. Stand up and point. You're going to break the chair. Look at Stroll.
Second sector time.
Fernando Alonso is fastest in the middle sector. 39.03.
Go get that room attention.
Albon going quick. Here comes Hülkenberg coming across the line. Here comes Max Verstappen. He's fastest with a 1:31.295. Fernando Alonso is just behind him going to the line. Can he do it? Yes, he can. Fernando Alonso is a tenth and a half faster than Max Verstappen. It's a 1:31.158. What is happening? Megan's delighted now. Look at Charles Leclerc. He's up as well. 64,000 on the train as well. Russell's a tenth faster, but no one's selling sector times alive. Hamilton's 2 tenths down. This is unbelievable as De Vries goes ninth. Fernando Alonso. Ocon fourth. Alonso has pace. Here comes Charles Leclerc. Remember, these are the first laps in qualifying 1. 64,000's quicker.
Oh, God, there's a floor again.
Alonso.
Russell top. 1:31.057. Alonso's fastest. Sainz. Hamilton's only 5th. Sainz is fastest. 64 is the maximum number. 1:30.993. Perez now. He's in the drop zone. Perez across the line only goes 6th. Hamilton is 7th.
Stroll lap time deleted.
And yeah, Stroll's had his lap time gone. Here comes Lando Norris now at the last corner. Can he fire something out of it in the first round of qualifying number 1? To the line for Lando Norris in the McLaren MCL 60. He's 18th. And Stroll's had his lap time deleted on the picture now. Unbelievable, Josh. It's looking even worse right now for Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri.
I never thought I'd say that.
Go on, Josh.
Yeah, just having a look at the first sector times before Stroll's lap time got deleted. Alonso and Lance Stroll, sector 1 times were separated by 7 thousandths of a second. Yes, 7 thousandths separated the 2 Aston Martins in the first sector.
I've got a feeling that Alonso, Verstappen and Perez have more to give on that. That was not Ferrari. It can't be Ferrari and Mercedes true pace. But 4 teams in the way for a title. This is fantastic at the moment, Megs.
Fernando just accidentally, even though he's on a slow lap, set the fastest sector 3 time. And then because he went...
Fastest of all sector 3?
Yeah, I saw it go purple.
That he's
Alonso
done
also
a slow
has
lap as
purple
well.
sector 2 time.
This is looking good for Fernando.
He's pitting.
Right, Stroll, it was lap time turn 13, lap time deletion for Lance, so he's gone down to 20th position. But as you said, Josh, 7 thousandths of a second separating them. Let's run through the order then. At the moment in Q1, it is Carlos Sainz fastest. We'll go to the battle screen. Carlos Sainz is fastest. He's done a 1:30.993. Russell is second. Leclerc third. Alonso fourth. And I don't think it's over yet. Then we've got Verstappen, followed then by Perez, Hamilton, Ocon, Tsunoda, Zhou, the top 10. Drop that down. Bottas, Magnussen, Albon, De Vries, Gasly in the drop zone. Hülkenberg, Norris, Piastri, Sargent, and Stroll hasn't set a lap time, but Gasly's on the cusp there because Stroll's going to go faster. But McLaren, Megan, are really struggling once again, just like last year when they were 16th and 17th in qualifying. This year, 17th and 18th. There's no hope for McLaren at the moment.
Yeah, they were just trying to get the feel of the thing, and they're going to do it maybe later, though that's just hopeful thinking in my opinion.
Let's have a look at Lance Stroll. This is turn 13 then, where he's gone off the track, all 4 wheels. It must have been at the exit of the corner. Swings it in a right-hander. Does he go all 4 wheels? Yes, yeah. All 4 wheels behind the white line.
Sadly, though his time was impressive for going all 4 wheels off.
Yeah, 7th fastest as well overall. So he's right. He was 8th, wasn't he? He was just behind Hamilton. So just to believe me here, we have 4 teams inside the top 8, all battling and all doing well, and one of them's got a broken wrist.
2 broken wrists.
2 broken wrists. It's Lance Stroll. Just point it out. It's Lance Stroll. Not exactly setting the world alight with his career so far.
I'm shocked that I'm shocked he was able to get that far up with damaged wrist.
This is the pace that Aston Martin have had. Back when they were racing point, we were regularly seeing them at the front of the field, weren't we?
I want to see Latifi in that car now, see if he does any better.
We made it 3 sessions without mentioning Nicholas Latifi this year so far.
Yes, well, I am going to mention him.
All right, fair dues. This is getting terrific. What a race we've got lined up tomorrow already. We haven't even figured out who's on the grid. Let's hear from Zach Brown on the pit wall.
You said ultimately for that there, and the tires didn't quite come in until about halfway through the lap. So this will be, as you said, a little bit of pressure on our two guys, but we'll go out with a fresh set of rubber and let's see what we can do.
You have to say, Zach, that Oscar Piastri is keeping pretty close to Lando in terms of his lap times.
Yeah, it's good. He's got Lando's attention, which is exactly what we want. So he's doing a great job so far this weekend, and I think they'll push each other, which is what you want in one of these teams.
Off a cliff.
Absolutely. Zach, thanks ever so much. We'll talk to you.
Did you say off a cliff?
Yes.
Megan, you've only been in the commentary box 22 minutes and you've already threatened to kill 3 drivers.
It wasn't me threatening to kill them. I just think they'll kill each other.
I've missed you over the winter. Okay. I say miss you over the winter, not we've seen you every single day, but in terms of the commentary box setting, your wit. Here comes Lance Stroll then. He's going out of kilter here to try and get a lap time back in. Albon, Tsunoda, Magnussen, De Vries all coming out, as you see on the driver tracker, so it's not over yet here in qualifying. And they're all coming out one by one. And this is going to get busy again. Everybody's going out. I think the top 8 are staying, Megan, but everyone else is heading back out on the circuit.
Well, the top 8 don't have anything to lose.
No, they don't. In fact, Ocon has gone back out. There he is. Look, the 2 pink Alpines out there. Remember, they're pink for the first 3 races. So that's
only
Bahrain.
Q1. If you're in the top 8, you're pretty much set.
There's Fernando Alonso, Megan. He has gone back out again, so we'll see that.
Why isn't he on the
50 seconds back, remember the iPad. 50 seconds back to the actual pictures we watch on the screen. But there is Fernando Alonso. The best start to a season for him. The best start for him, Megan, in a Formula 1 season since 2013. Already. 10 years ago when he was last with Ferrari in a competitive car.
If I am correct, 2013.
Last time he won a race.
Yes.
Back in Spain. But you're reading my notes.
Yes.
Alonso won the Bahrain Grand Prix 3 times, took back-to-back victories in the championship winning years, 5 and 6. And he's won here, of course, back in 2010.
13 years ago.
Yes.
Number 3's there again.
13, yeah. And because that's when he went on debut with Ferrari back in 2010. Can he do something with Aston Martin on debut?
He better.
It's looking like it. And just a reminder, we're not showing highlights of qualifying in the build-up to the race anymore because it just helps us do it. But for old time's sake, 2 minutes to go in the first part of qualifying, and we will see who's going to be hot or not. In the drop zone at the moment, we've got Hülkenberg, Norris, Piastri, Sargent and Stroll, and so far as well, Gasly's on the cusp. But the first driver to set a lap time to go into the next part is going to be the Williams with the Duracell battery on top, giving him extra power. Bouncing up, it's the Albon Bunny up towards turn 4.
I wonder if blonde will make him faster.
He's blonde now, isn't he, as well, at the top? Yeah, blondes do have more fun. It worked for Lewis Hamilton, worked for Jacques Villeneuve.
And also, on the thing, do you know when they did those boards like you see in like American
My First Day,
kindergarten?
yeah.
His goal for this year, be blonde.
He
didn't have much hope,
that's only because during the winter his favourite movie became Legally Blonde. So.
I love that movie.
I thought you might like that movie.
It's funny.
Reese Witherspoon.
It's one of the movies I'm asking for my birthday, that and Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd's a great film as well.
It is.
Yes. As they come through.
I love watching that movie.
As we've just Megan, it's starting to rain apparently, but you can leave soon to take some washing in apparently. Because I don't know if there's anybody here. That's just flashed up on your phone. As it comes through. Albon in the first sector times looking strong.
I'll be back in a minute.
Oh, but we're at the end of the session. Just stay. It's not. They're towels. They're designed to be wet. You can just stay here for a second.
True.
Yeah, a little dry overnight. Here we go then. End of Q1. Well, Megan, 35 seconds left. Look, we've got cars slowing down the last corner. They're going to get across the line in time. Stroll's down in the second sector. Look,
where's the line on here?
Here,
there
where
it
the
is.
clear is, and Albon gone through. Albon's done a 1. Albon 6. Albon in the Williams. 1:31.461. Unbelievable. Tsunoda goes 6th for Alpine. And here comes Lance
Keep an eye
Stroll.
on Lando Norris.
Yeah, Lando's looking good. Here comes Stroll. He's fifth. Fastest third sector of anyone. 1:31.184. Lando is faster. Magnussen goes 12th. The checkered flag is out. This is the end of qualifying. At the moment, Lando's on a purple in the mini sector as well. So it's a 29.127 for him. Zhou is in 11th. De Vries is at the risk at the moment of being kicked out. Sainz in the pit lane. Hamilton's 11th. And Zhou's nearly out. Bottas 10th. Lando across the line. Lando goes 13th. He's still not safe. De Vries is 16th. Coming across the line is one of the Alpines. I think it's Ocon. And Gasly goes to 15th. It's Gasly.
That was a terrible sector 2 from Alonso.
And look at that. De Vries is out, but currently Alonso's 4th. Ocon goes 11th. So Gasly's at risk of being kicked out. We're on board with Oscar Piastri as he comes into the last corner, looking quite strong. Trying to find something as well. Trying to find some pace across the line. Can Piastri find something to do? Cross the line. Piastri. No, he's 17th. He doesn't go through. So he's out. De Vries is out. Hulkenberg back in Formula 1. Up to P6 ahead of Verstappen. Logan Sargent is 20th at the moment. Magnussen's in the drop zone. So Magnussen's become Schumacher. Hulkenberg's become Magnussen. Across the line for Sargent to go 16th. And top the elimination board. Magnussen is not doing any time.
The same time as Norris.
Oh!
The exact same time.
You are correct, Josh. Great spot. They've both done a what was the time? 1:31.652. But Lando keeps the time first because he got there first. Gasly, 17th. What a start to qualifying. And the bottom 5 eliminated is Logan Sargent, Pierre Gasly, Kevin Magnussen, Oscar Piastri, and Nick De Vries will start last in his Grand Prix. Unbelievable. And McLaren do go through just with Lando Norris. But James Fowles, the team principal, very happy. Alexander Albon, the Wonder Kid, does it again in P9. Blondes do have more fun, and this is it, Josh.
Yeah, here is turn 4.
Oh, is he
This
far? Is he wide?
Alexander Albon, very close to being wide. I think he's just over. I am keeping an eye on the race control
He's wide.
messages, and that is a really good camera angle for that.
He is wide.
Here is Oscar Piastri on
19th.
his in-lap. I'm just having a look at my new data screens, and Lando Norris was quicker in the first sector, was quicker than Sargent in the second sector, and then Logan Sargent was quicker in the third sector for that lap time.
Don't know what Megan's up to, but I think she's twinging her knee. So, Sainz, Russell, Leclerc, Alonso, Stroll, top 5, Hulkenberg, Verstappen, Tsunoda, Albon, Perez, top 10.
At least the Aston Martins look like they did good.
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
Stroll managed to keep in.
So, car 10, Gasly, lap time deleted for track limit to turn 6. Gasly now goes down to 17th position. So, does he actually move a position there, Josh? I don't think he does he? Overall, I don't see him moving over that much.
It was a 1:31.818, so his time is still valid. And there he goes, he just popped down to 20th.
Oh, so Gasly starts last in the race. We're going to have this a lot, I reckon. I think we're going to see this quite a bit in terms of lap times getting deleted.
All the rookies are out.
Oh, you're right, yeah. De Vries, Piastri and Sargent.
I don't count Hulkenberg as a rookie because he's already been
back.
He's a returnee.
Yeah, there he is. That's Kevin Magnussen. Magnussen's out.
Yeah.
Magnussen, that is a shocker. To be beaten by Hulkenberg as well.
He doesn't have his hype man Mick with him.
Yeah.
Not going to do well with that in.
De Vries looks a bit miserable there on that picture, doesn't he, on the T feed?
That's not hard to do for him.
No. So, one Dutch at the back, one Dutch probably at the front, but Verstappen's 7th. I think Aston have got more to give. I don't believe those lap times.
Dad said they're probably saving.
I reckon that's right. And they weren't on the fast tyres either, the Q3 segment. So I reckon we'll see something change.
I took the towels in.
Yeah, Q3 is going to start in about 3 minutes' time. So, Megan, 15:33 plus 15 minutes. So 33 plus 15, please.
48.
48, thank you very much. See? What's the point in having anybody else when you've got Megan here to help you out on the board. Any more penalties, Josh, coming through?
And nothing other than the Gasly track limits at turn 15, but Q2 will start at 18:33 local, so just under 3 minutes time.
On my EasyJet advert, they had my rug thing that we use.
Oh, the graphic thing. Yeah, the throw.
I still remember how much that was, £13.
Oh, Sky coming back. How can you tell, you ask? Well, we just saw their brake bumper. Right, I think we're going to hear from some drivers then. Let's go down over and listen.
Probably fell off.
Don't know, let's hear. Should we hear from Lando? I want to hear from Lando. Want to hear...
Hold on, that's the wrong Aston Martin.
Where Zach, that was quite the close qualifying. Lando Norris escapes, but only because he got his lap in first, and Oscar Piastri sadly just misses out on Q2.
Yeah, that wasn't a great session. Looking at the grid, I can't remember the last time Formula One grid was covered a little bit more than by a second. So I think we're in store for a pretty exciting season. Both our guys didn't have a great first sector, so fortunately Lando has another go here. So let's see if he can find a little bit of time. Will make a significant.
Thank you very much. So let's take a quick look then at the results from Q1. Knocked out Sargent, Magnussen, Piastri, De Vries and Gasly.
That's an odd pairing to see walking together.
Yeah, it's De Vries and Magnussen going to face the world's media as well. Scott says, really enjoying the enthusiasm in the commentary. Reminds me of Monaco. Oh, that means a lot. Thank you very much for that. That's very sweet. Thank you very much, Scott, for saying that. Hopefully you enjoy it. And we're enjoying commentating, and we really do appreciate that as well. So then, roundabout once again. There, we've added the red line. Let's hear from Ant before the session starts in 45 seconds time.
You'll be glad to hear, Crofty, all the analysis in the world, and I still can't make up my mind. Let's see what you think. Zoomed in there, frame by frame. The rear is still in. The front looks like it's just out there, but by the time that the rear goes out, I reckon that the front might just be touching it. I'll leave it to you, and I'll leave it to everybody at home as well. But one thing is, the stewards have a different angle. If they're looking straight down at the tyre, maybe the sidewall is just peeking over it. I don't know. Back to you, Crofty.
Okay, so it was in, even though it's out. It's just like those ball spotting skills at the World Cup. Or is the ball out? Is the ball in? I don't know. Megan, you've got... I will have to wait. You've got a few seconds. Go.
Do you know that board thing that the drivers all did? Sargent said, what I'm going to do this year, represent America. Yeah, that's going well.
Green light, and away we go for qualifying number 2 here at the Bahrain Grand Prix. It is 15 minutes, and we have 15 cars heading out. Once again, we will lose the slowest 5 drivers at the end of this. And this is also, Megan, where we really start to see the big pushes out there. Who's got the best tyre compound, who's got the best car, and who can get the lap together without any traffic. It's very difficult still to try and play into all this.
I feel like when trying to figure this out, you're just going to be throwing up dice in the air.
Yeah, and seeing what sticks.
Whoever's dice gets first is going to be there.
Ted's in the pit lane.
I believe he did exactly the same lap time as Lando Norris.
Yes, Norris and Sargent together.
131.652 was for Norris, and then a 131.652 for Logan Sargent. Because Norris did it first, he gets 15 and is into Q2, and Sargent is out. But just to echo what Zach Brown is saying from McLaren there, Crofty, I've done the maths, as they say. That's maths, not math. And he's right. First, Carlos Sainz. To 20th, Nick De Vries, even with the deduction, is 1.1. Sorry, before the Gasly deduction, is 1.128 seconds. The whole field, 20 cars in Q1, was covered by 1.128 seconds. I haven't known that for ages, and that bodes really well.
That is insane that the field is separated by that much.
That should make for an interesting race.
Oh. The race tomorrow. I can't wait. I'm getting more and more excited the more and more this goes on for qualifying.
Of course, it also depends on skill of passing people.
Well, this track is very difficult to overtake on occasionally.
Exactly. So we could be seeing some crashes.
How many safety cars then do you reckon?
3.
3. I was going to say 2 or 3, yeah.
3. 1 at least caused by one of the rookies. I'm thinking Piastri.
Okay. turn
Because
one.
he's got the pace in the McLaren
Yeah.
to try and get up there quick, though he's also got the lack of knowledge of the track as well as all of the rest and could cause spinning. Just don't spin, Alonso!
Passion is there. SHT says, by the way, conspiracy initially, Alpine wanted to replace Alonso with, I can't tell because our timing screen's gone off again, Alonso with Piastri, but then they had to go for Gasly because of Piastri's bombshell there, and they're both out in Q1. That's true, actually.
Either way, they were out.
Yeah, both out. So Piastri's out, and Piastri's out and Gasly's out. Technically, Gasly shouldn't be there. Yes, you can swap over now to Fernando Alonso. Alonso's actually fastest in this session for some reason. Has he gone out on the circuit? Yes, he
he's
is.
just gone out.
Yeah, so Alonso's, and there we go with Lance Stroll. Max Verstappen's going out, and he's going out, Josh, instead of soft compound tyre. We no longer have the Q2 tyre rule, of course, but in terms of you start the tyre the time you do Q2. So this is going to be very entertaining to see whether or not we get anything good here from Max Verstappen to just a benchmark time, at least.
Yeah, it really is. Everyone that is currently out on track, I believe, just having a look at it, are on soft tyres. Some are on 3-lap old used soft tyres, so did they use them for a stint in Q1? Probably. They probably are using the same tyres as they did in Q1, but a couple of drivers I see with new soft tyres, so it's kind of a
mixture.
75-25 to a for the used to a new.
So, Megan, does that tell you that some people are going to go for a shakedown lap and then do their real lap later, and some are just going to go, right, no, let's just do it now and save a set of tyres for Q3? Or the race itself?
I would prefer them do the former and the latter maybe in Q3.
Yeah, I'd agree there as well. 2 safety cars and there's Alonso on the podium, says Adam as well. That could be that'd be brilliant. Would you take an Alonso podium over an Alonso win? Because every driver since 2016 who's won the season opener, he had Stroll's. What's that? Hang on. We're watching Lance Stroll's lap time. As he's still on his out lap, he set 2 personal bests as well. But we're watching Stroll now in the first mini sectors. He's big snap as well, coming out of 2, but Stroll's still fast in sector 1, Megan.
What's happening?
I can't hear you there, Josh.
That wouldn't have been good for his hands.
That's true, actually, makes the snap. That snap's not good.
He's still doing purples.
Esteban Ocon! 29.418 for Ocon in the first sector. Mega time there. Predictably, the graphics on our monitor has blown. Yeah, so
let Fernando take it.
The World Feed timing tower has blown. So if you're watching, sorry that it's a bit hard to show, but
Bottas.
Yeah, Bottas looking quick first sector, 29.404 as well.
Stroll. Look good.
Behind the mic, who is Matthew Owens. Hello, Matthew. Says, well done to Logan Sargent, representing the Stars on Track well today. Starts 16th on the grid, but at the same time, Megan Alonso, yes, 29.132. That was the same.
And his teammate just set a purple sector 2, which he'll take.
Yeah, 39.779. Here's our timing screen. So Stroll's quick, but Alonso is quicker. And Russell's getting involved too, so that's all getting a bit more
Team
exciting.
Aston Martin this year.
Is that why you're in green?
Maybe.
Into turn 14. Then a little
Green.
kink that doesn't even exist to be turn 15.
I actually think it's their car's colour.
It is. It's the British Racing Green. Across the line then for Lance Stroll. He's top 132.105. 132.305, sorry. And Alonso, Megan, on the driver's side, really having a super smooth lap. Here he is now.
Hulkenberg.
On the TV pictures, Hulkenberg. Verstappen, 28.925 first sector. Verstappen looks quick. As Alonso barrels down towards turn 14, Megs. Hulkenberg top, yeah. 131.932. Here's Alonso. Fast sector 2, fast sector 1. And top. 131.094. Altitude sickness. Here comes Hamilton and Russell. Yeah, but look at Verstappen. Russell! Third sector's dynamite in the mini sectors.
You have to take it away. Hamilton!
Russell top! And Hamilton's mini sectors are quick. Russell's fast. Hamilton's top! 139.01. Fastest time of the weekend. Charles Leclerc goes 4th.
I think Verstappen's going to take it.
Verstappen's fast sector 1, fast sector 2.
Yeah, he's taking it.
Sainz crosses the line, goes 4th. So Alonso's still 3rd, Megan, in this run.
Not for long, I don't.
Here comes Max Verstappen and demolishes 1:35.03. There's the true pace of the Red Bull.
Alonso, see that? That's what we want. Did I see yellow?
Is it flashed up? No sign of it. Perez 2nd, so it's a Red Bull 1-2, Mercedes 3-4.
No, we don't want that.
Aston Martin 5, Ferrari 6-7.
We don't want that. Swap it with any other team but that, preferably Aston Martin. Though, Red Bull have had 2 seasons. Let them have a season off.
Don't put Mercedes back on board.
Them too. Let them have some seasons off.
I'm not being thingy, but Mercedes having another domination year, or Red Bull having another domination year, I don't think we can all take that.
An Aston Martin domination with a fight of Ferrari.
Why do you want to fight Verstappen? That's a good call, right, Joshua? But why don't you want to fight? Why doesn't Alonso fight Max? That's brilliant. Both going for a 3rd title, the old generation versus the new generation. That's a story. That's a storyline.
Because
what?
He might end up winning.
Max might end up winning because he's won with the FIA before.
Yes.
Okay.
Leclerc fighting for first ever world champion versus Fernando Alonso fighting for his 3rd. Old versus new.
Yeah.
That could work.
I want to see what the race pace is. Remember, the qualifying pace is different to the race pace. The race pace shows Aston are quicker than Red Bull. Remember that.
Ferrari they have more skill too.
Ferrari were nowhere there in the race pace, and Ferrari is 6th and 7th, remember, so they're already ahead of Alonso. Mercedes' race pace is also bad. Mercedes are confusing me why they're so far up in 3rd and 4th, considering that their car's been so bad.
Maybe they were just playing possum.
But Max is 2.5 tenths faster than Sergio Perez. How is that possible? In the same machinery, and Verstappen's pulling that out. Brilliant.
Probably because he's got something illegal in his car.
I apologise to Jess and any of the PSGL, but maybe he's using grip hacks. I'm joking. Let's have a look. Matthew says, dying for Ferrari title. I've been emotionally exhausted for all these years without one. And that's Stroll, Megan. Where's Stroll going? He's been pushed back down the pit lane. Has he missed the weighbridge? He's missed the weighbridge. Stroll's missed the weighbridge. They're having to push him back in order to take the weighbridge. Yes, he's missed it. Oh my goodness me. So now, before they put him into the pit lane, because Stroll drove past the weighbridge, they're having to push him back.
He probably forgot.
Oh, don't go in the fast lane, guys. You're not allowed in the fast lane. It's not allowed. You'll get penalties. Don't go in. And Albon's coming into the pit lane. Oh, is he? No, he's gone through. You're not allowed in the fast lane at all. Aston are going to get a big penalty for that. Lance will get a penalty, and Aston will get a penalty because you're not allowed into the fast lane.
They should lift his flooring up a bit.
Yeah, it's scraping a bit, isn't it? Here's Albon.
Yeah, just that little bit too much.
Down to, yeah, Josh, the rules there are pretty clear. Don't go in the fast lane.
Yeah, it's clear, especially with some of the incidents that we've seen. I believe it was
Albon's wide.
One thing that we could point out was all of the, I believe it was the F2 where all of the wheels were flying everywhere. And it looks like Albon has backed out of his lap. His first sector time was 30.014. A couple of purple mini sectors there, but he's decided to back out and have a go at the next lap.
Yeah, he went wide at the top of the hill.
Out on track.
Went wide at the hill, at the top of the hill at turn 4 as well. Megan looks like she's plotting Stewie Griffin style plans. What are you up to?
Waiting. See, Sergeant, watch Albon. That's how you stay in.
Albon got pulled off wide, and that's why he pulled out the lap, so he was behind the line. Oh, and we didn't even see that. He went over the gravel as well.
They just started having fun.
We didn't spot that bit. The camera angle was too low. So there's the moment he had at 4, and then just decided to cut off the track. So 5 tenths, 0.591 is between Alonso and Verstappen at the moment. That's the top 5 separator. It's so tight now, isn't it? This is something else shaping up right now in qualifying. There's Max Verstappen.
Go slower.
Let's have a look at the track dominance. Hamilton's faster than Verstappen on the run up to turn 4.
Why are we always supposed
through
to
turn 8, down the straight. So the straight line speed belongs to the Mercedes. That's surprising, considering that their porpoising was bad. They've completely fixed that now, haven't they?
Are they only going to focus on these two, or are they going to actually look at the people who actually have pace?
Well, as the cars are out on the track, by the way, remember, Hamilton versus Verstappen is still sort of Formula One's golden tickets.
Only thing they focus on.
Yeah, they desperately want him back up there because then it's a title fight like 2021.
They should have a lot.
Remember, Formula One's more of a business now than a sport in many respects, so it is
Sadly,
really...
they even have their way paying in.
Yes, yes. Oh, did the money get to you back in third?
Yeah. Lance. Strong.
He's just come out on the track, actually. So it's Fernando
speak to
Alonso.
the devil.
Yeah, so they're all heading out there on the circuit as well as they come through. So this is going to be very entertaining here. Let's see what we can do. Closing moments of qualifying here in Bahrain Q2. 2 minutes to go then. And in the top 5, we have Verstappen, Perez, Hamilton, Russell and Alonso, separated by 0.6 of a second. Sainz, Leclerc out of it, 6th and 7th. Hulkenberg still in 8th position. Bottas is 9th with Lando Norris in the top 10. And in the drop zone, we have Zhou, Stroll, Ocon, Tsunoda and Albon all out of it at the moment, but now we're going to see the real push laps begin as they head down the start-finish straight once again. And Megan, tip for being kicked out as a surprise eliminee.
Surprise?
Yeah, I know. They're all pretty much what you would expect, wouldn't it?
Bottas.
Okay.
You said surprise. I'd be surprised if that happened.
That is a surprise. Josh, what about you? Surprise elimination as Ocon goes wide at T2.
Yeah, we could see a surprise elimination. I'm just distracted by RAF Typhoons. A reported sonic boom due to a loss of communications to a...
Sonic booms are fantastic. They've done a sonic boom.
Well, that was just
look
before
at
the F2s.
Look at Ocon. Look at Hulkenberg actually in the mini sectors. We'll swap over to the battles. Zhou's really zooming. So's Lando, but look at Hulkenberg, second sector. He's got more purple mini sectors than anyone. Look at P8. He's going for it now in this session. So Nando's at risk. Lando Norris, he's got to find some time to come through. Come on. Real push now. Real energy. Down the straight. Sainz top, sector 1, 28.
Ferrari will top this one.
Yeah, I've got a feeling they might, and it might be Sainz, not Leclerc, as they come through. So, 10 seconds left then of the session as well as they come through. Are we going to see any different times? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, etc. Across the line comes Esteban Ocon, 13th at the moment, and goes up into 4th position at 1:39.14. Hulkenberg's looking mega. Hulkenberg goes 3rd, 1:38.09. Across the line comes Zhou. There it is,
Carlos Sainz.
Carlos is really flying. So Charles Leclerc. Across the line comes Yuki Tsunoda. He's 14th, stays 14th. Albon's out of qualifying too. And across the line, Bottas goes 8th, stays safe. Look at this now, all coming through as well. Look at Fernando Alonso. He's flying in the sectors. Alonso's second. Yes! 1:30.645. Lando goes 8th. He goes through at the moment. Sainz is a risk, Megan.
I was right.
Sainz, Leclerc goes top, 1:32.82. Good call, Megan. Only seeing Ferrari go fastest. And Sainz goes 3rd. Russell's at risk. Lando's at risk. Bottas is out, Megan, so you're right too. Both Alphas out. Here comes Stroll. And Stroll's in the drop zone. So it's either Stroll or Lando go through. As Josh said, Russell 3rd, 1:35.07. Hamilton 4th. Pushes Alonso down to 6th. Sorry. Here comes Stroll across the line.
Hamilton 4th.
And Stroll goes 10th, kicks out Lando Norris, so Norris doesn't progress. Stroll, with a broken wrist, does go through, and clear around Stroll. Lance Stroll's his mother, clapping in the garage as well.
Oh, look, he's driving through his pain.
Fantastic. So it's Norris, Bottas, Zhou, Tsunoda and Albon.
Quite impressive.
Out of qualifying, going through to the top 10 shootout. Leclerc, Verstappen, Russell, Hamilton, Sainz, Alonso, Perez, Hulkenberg, Ocon and Stroll. A good, strong top 10 there.
It is a good, strong top 10, though. I just thought Stroll could be doing permanent damage to his wrist.
Yeah, we've been saying that across the weekend. If he keeps having damage with it and keeps pushing hard, especially the race tomorrow, he could do more damage to it.
Maybe he wants to do the opening one and then he'll have the next one off.
If he can't, if he's in too much pain, yeah.
I think he just wants to try out the opening one and see how he is.
Got 2 weeks. Go on, Josh.
Well, the next race is Saudi Arabia, and
yeah.
And the track layout at Saudi Arabia. I'm not even going to mention it, but all I'm going to say is that it's very maybe a little bit technical.
27 fast swings left and right. Zach Brown looks puzzled on the pit wall, doesn't he? 18th for Piastri, 11th for Norris. I'm sorry to hear my friends just switched off the telly.
I know why he's puzzled.
Why? Oh, hands are freezing.
I know, they're always freezing. He's thinking, how have I ended up with such slow drivers? Oh, I don't know, maybe because you don't give the good ones contracts.
Yeah, you keep sacking all the good ones.
Damn.
I was wondering where you were going with that one, to be fair, Megan, as well. And,
yeah, why is Piastri in there? I have nothing against Piastri.
Well, he was supposed to be in the Alpine, remember?
Exactly. You couldn't decide where you were going, and also you took Danny Rick's spot.
Yeah, Danny Rick
I don't think you're as funny.
Danny Rick was massively forced out the series, wasn't he? Which is a big disappointment.
Danny Rick should have been in here more than a lot of other drivers should be.
What happened to Lance? What happened to Alexander Albon? Because he did a 29.2 first sector, then 39.2, and then 22.9. He just sort of abandoned the lap there. Really bizarre.
I think he thought maybe I could do better in the race.
Could do. Possibly. Probably.
He probably was like,
yeah.
do you know what? I'm not going to waste more tyres.
Right. Here's the results then from the middle half of qualifying. So, 11th down, Lando Norris is out, Valtteri Bottas, Zhou Guanyu, Yuki Tsunoda, Alexander Albon. They all face the elimination block in Q2. Being out in Q1, it's Logan Sargent, Kevin Magnussen, Oscar Piastri, Nick de Vries and Pierre Gasly. Your top 10 shootout, Charles Leclerc, Max Verstappen, George Russell, Lewis Hamilton, Carlos Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Sergio Perez, Nico Hülkenberg, Esteban Ocon and Lance Stroll are your 10 cars going through. And I've just realised that these are wrong because my notes up here, they haven't changed since the sprint race in Brazil. So instead of P1, P2, P3 qualifying race, it says P1 qualifying, P3 sprint race. So I need to adjust that later. That's my fault because I used an old document template for this weekend coming back. So then, Megs, what do you expect coming up in the next segment of qualifying? Q3. Hard to tell, isn't it?
Maybe Russell.
Russell, what, for pole or?
Yeah, but I really want Alonso. I'm hoping he's just keeping his time pace.
Makes sense. What do you think, Josh?
Sorry, say that again.
Who do you think is going to take pole position? What are you expecting going to the next session?
I am expecting. I've been having a look at the sector times just recently while you were talking about that, and I think it's going to be Alonso. It's going to be up there, but the Mercedes are looking really, really good, and we're having a look at the medium speed corners. You are going to like this.
So we're thinking
Alonso is in the lead by 1/100th of a second to Russell. 8/100ths behind Alonso is Verstappen, and a 10th was Charles Leclerc.
Right, let's hear from Zach.
To pull something out the bag, but the pace just wasn't there for him.
No, he came on the radio, said he wasn't very happy with the lap, but yeah, we got some work ahead of us tomorrow and for the season, but we know that coming out of testing, so we'll give it all we got tomorrow and see if we can have some good strategy and get our cars to the points.
Where does the data suggest you're losing out to the others? You're 1.1 seconds off the ultimate pace.
Yeah, we're still working on the rear of the car, so getting a little bit of traction down seems to be our challenge at the moment that we're focused on.
Thanks ever so much, Zach. We'll be back with you during the race tomorrow. The big tower down at...
I'm not sure I want Alonso in first, given how it would end up.
With what I told you about the fact that...
No, in the first corner.
All right, fair point. Okay, have we got some video? Nats.
Just how close it was for Lance Stroll getting through there, Crofty. Just in that last corner. The rest of the lap looked okay, but in the last corner, the car nearly got away from him, and he was desperately fighting to hang on to that Aston Martin as it was trying to drag it out onto that curb, but he got away with it and got through. Another close moment for him, of course, was the pit lane entry. Now, if I play this on, look for the second green light here. Just use that one to highlight that second. That's the one I'm looking at. But as he gets close to it, too close, it changes red, and it's that moment there they expect him to peel off and into this area there. For me, I think I can easily see why he missed that. That's way too late. I think they've got to give the driver more warning than that, changing green to red. No wonder the guy went straight on. So yeah, he's through anyway, and I think they need to give drivers a bit more warning next time.
And if you want...
Well, Megan is just battle planning Fernando Alonso's strategy. Megan, would you care to share with the group?
I want him in second or first on the grid positions. Not second or first, second or third.
Yeah.
Not first. Which may sound weird, though whoever's in first probably is going to get taken over in first corner, because they often do. And at this track, it's quite possible for them to do that, going around the inside and trying to push wide.
So you want him third?
So if he's in third, then the front two will be battling. He can go right through if he has a demon start. If in second, then he could probably push through a push to get into first.
Good call. Are you ready? Are you steady? Here we go. Time to find out. Green light is on. Qualifying 3 is underway. This is it then. This is the big one. Who will be on pole position for the first race of 2023? Your top 10: Leclerc, Verstappen, Russell, Hamilton, Sainz, Alonso, Perez, Hülkenberg, Ocon and Stroll. For how they finished in Q2. Hülkenberg, Megan, through to Q3 once again. Good. And personally here as well, he's had some interesting look at this circuit. His best qualifying was 7th back in 2017 as well. And also, 2018 was the last time he ever scored here when he finished 6th as well. So it's looking good for him if he can stay inside the top 10.
For him.
Let's see if he can qualify better than 7th. Just give me information. Charles Leclerc qualified on pole and won the race last year. So that was a different strategy there last year, because he was in a battle with Max Verstappen throughout the race. Russell, his best qualifying here was 2nd back in 2020, of course, but that was at the Shakir event. His best race here was 4th last year. Hamilton's won the race multiple times as well. But just let me run through that actually while we've got this time. Leclerc, as I said, best qualifying was 1st back in 2020. Verstappen, best qualifying 1st, pole position back in 2021. Russell, as I've just said to you, 2nd in 2020, but at Shakir. Hamilton has had pole here multiple times. Sainz, his best qualifying here was 3rd back in 2022. Alonso had pole in 2005. Perez, his best qualifying here is 4th back last season. Who's after that? Further down on the screen, because they keep going out. Who was in? So Hülkenberg, as I said, best qualifying was 7th. Ocon, best qualifying of 7th back in 2020. And Ocon, Ocon coming through. Who haven't I read out on that board? Hülkenberg I already said about. And I think that's it really. Stroll, best qualifying 10th back in 2020 at Shakir and in 2021 season opener in Bahrain.
If Alonso is in 3rd, then he could take over by turn 2 and maybe turn 3.
Uphill to turn 4 with the battle as well, yeah. 2
minutes.
minutes.
They'll probably keep it for about 20 laps until pitting.
2 minutes gone, Megan. Now we're only seeing cars on the track, but Mercedes aren't moving. In fact, quite a lot of them aren't moving. That's interesting, though, don't you think?
They're biding their time so they can all be out on the track last, so they can make sure to try and ruin each other's times.
Yeah, they're all pushing hard. Adam says, I know what Megan wants to happen. Alonso on pole. If he's on pole,
him 3rd.
But if he's on pole, would you mind?
I wouldn't mind, but I want him 3rd. It seems a better strategy. Whoever's 3rd is probably going to be likely to take the lead.
Mercedes are coming alive since NXT, and everyone's just agreeing this is not a title fight. Little Owl says, no way in the world he could have seen that. I don't know who that would be. Well, Alonso coming through on that lot, and Hülkenberg, I believe, as well. Josh, pole prediction. Is it still going to be Alonso, or is Ferrari starting to turn alive?
I don't know. We will have to see in the next 9 minutes. I want to see Alonso do well in this session. He's not out on track as of yet. He looks like he's getting ready on the onboard, which I just saw on the onboard mix. Lance Stroll is out there currently, but the first person who's going to start a lap time is going to be Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc, as well as
into turn
one of the Ferraris.
Snapshots the DRS for Max Verstappen into turn number 1. Tight left followed by double right, then left again. Uphill towards turn number 4. DRS open. as you rise up 8th gear as well. Take a lot of exit speed here, so don't be afraid to relax as the car drifts up. He just stays inside the white lines.
It's glitchy.
Yeah, first sector times are 28.722 for Verstappen. As we see, Perez and Leclerc. Perez is down, Megan, on his first sector time to 28.8, so he's done a bad lap time there. Charles Leclerc, 28.825. Max is already ahead, Megs, on the first lap in sector.
Glitching, and I think the rest of them should come out now.
Oh, it's me. It's because my phone's here on the pocket. Max coming down there for second sector time. Is he going to go any faster? Is he going to go any slower? What's the second sector time for Max? Out of turn 12.
It's a good one.
38.645. Loads of red
to
sectors.
take himself out during a race.
Well, do you remember last
Take
year?
someone else out with him.
Remember last year? Retired towards the end of the race?
Exactly. I need him to take someone else out.
Perez is still slow in the middle sectors as they come down. We've still got 7 minutes left of this session after that red flag in Q1.
I need him to take Sainz out.
First, come on the back of the door. Come across the board then for Max Verstappen. Takes the line and goes across it. Max does a 1:29.897. So it's Perez coming across the line in fourth. He goes second, 1:30.131. Charles Leclerc crosses the... Well, he's actually crossing the line now. Does he go faster? No! Leclerc's down. He does a 1:30 exactly. Josh, that's amazing. 1:30.000. Sainz across the line to go fourth. It's Red Bull Ferrari again, Josh.
Yeah, that is incredible. Next across the line is Lance Stroll. He does a 1:31.9.
That Lando, yeah, so it's Fernando Alonso coming out now. And he's going out behind the mix as well, so he's going to have more to do and more to find. Hülkenberg follows him too, so they're all going out there now. But Leclerc, first of all, second sector. Verstappen, still so fast. Unbelievable. And here comes the two Mercedes. Russell ahead of Hamilton, so Hamilton's going to get the toe, which could become crucial for the race. Out they come then. Down towards the back. Megan's just stepped out the box to grab, I believe, some of the stuff. Say again? There's a drone. Where? There's a drone. Okay, Megan's apparently told me there's a drone. Megan, take the comms and I'll say again.
Right, so 5 minutes and 45 left of a session. On board replaying with Carlos Sainz. Did he go off somewhere? Touches the curbs. Ooh, very nearly lost it just then. Make sure to stay away from the curbs. They're never a good thing. A lot of... Ooh, he scraped past that bottom, didn't he?
That was exit of turn 7 at Sand Dunes section. Esteban Ocon, the only driver still who has not come out of the pit lane for Q3. I'm going to have a look at Esteban Ocon's onboard with the new access to onboards we have.
You're right, I saw the drone. Yeah.
Esteban Ocon's pit camera, there's nothing there.
Oh, so he's not even on anymore. 5 minutes to go then. Let's have a wrap up of where we are. It's Max Verstappen, who's currently fastest. Leclerc, Perez, Sainz, Stroll. That's it. That's it. Top 5 only. Alonso is now on a push lap. Can he take top honours? He's waiting for you, isn't he?
Yeah.
On the lap then. Talk us through, Max. Dance horse turn one. Go on. It's Alonso on a pole lap. Go on.
I'm no good at talking down. Oh, that was like a bolt of lightning.
Good through turn 1 and 2, out of turn 3.
You see, I'm not good at describing laps like you can. I'm good at calling when they mess up.
Over the line, up to turn 4. What do you think? Tight line?
Little bit. He went a little bit wide then, and there. Actually, he could get disqualified for that.
Just stays in the
that
time.
was for all 4 wheels. Green sector 1. That's
down.
28. He could get into 3rd.
Yeah, by my calculation, he's still off of Max's time by about...
He could get into 3rd.
Which is exactly where you wanted him to be. What can Fernando Alonso do? The eldest driver on the Formula 1 grid, 41 years old. And a 2-time world champion.
So we say that far off.
And he's 7th team in Formula 1. And he's closing in, I think, Fernando Alonso. Up to sector 2.
Yeah, he might get 3rd.
He's quick here, is Fernando.
Second. Though I need him to get high up enough so that if people do start going faster, then they can overtake.
I think it'll be 4th here.
No. Fourth still could work out, though I preferred him to be third.
Higher and higher. Remember, this is the first run of qualifying, although I think he'll do a fast lap. The slow lap, he's not caught the exit curb on the last corner. Cross the line for Fernando Alonso. And it's fourth fastest, 1:30.336. He's 4.5 tenths down.
Did Leclerc do exactly 1 minute 30?
Yes, I know. It's so bizarre, isn't it? Here comes Hülkenberg across the line then.
Jeez, he really likes the number 0.
Hülkenberg 6th, 1:31.055 across the board. Russell coming 2. He's in the last corner. What can he do? Can he get a pole position with Mercedes? He too has oversteer coming across the line. Russell approaching the checker point, 5th, 1:33.04. Hamilton's on a time 2, and Hamilton goes 7th, 1:33.04. This seems to me, Megan, like they're doing a warm-up lap, then they'll do a call, then they're going to push again. They haven't got time to go in the pits.
They could have the time.
Not to pit.
On out lap.
If they started at...
Sorry, Hülkenberg, lap time deleted, turn 4. And Leclerc's not going out again. Leclerc's done. Leclerc is done for qualifying. He won't be on pole. What? What's happened to Ferrari? What is going on?
Who said something wrong to him?
So Charles Leclerc will not go out for the remainder of this qualifying session. He at best will start 2nd.
Didn't even insult him.
What is going on? Where's Ted?
On his.
I don't know. We need Ted. But Josh, that's ridiculous. Ferrari strategy already off to a great start. And I can hear Matt Gallagher screaming.
Whoever's going out needs to go out now.
Yeah. What do you think, Josh?
Yeah, that is interesting indeed, but Hülkenberg is going to have to try and set another lap time. Ocon as well is only going to be able to set 1 lap time, so this lap time has to be perfect, but it's 1 minute and 20 seconds right now left of the session, and everyone who is currently on an out lap will get a round.
Yeah, that's it. This is it.
Lap.
So everyone's out on the track, bar Leclerc. So Leclerc is going to either start 2nd and do a good lap time with 1:30 dead, but he's going to go down. Megan, what have you noticed? Fernando Alonso coming down pit road. Fernando's done. Fernando is done, and so is one of the Haas guys of Hülkenberg. They're in.
Stupid Fernando!
No, it's it. It's done. It's done. Fernando's done. He won't do another run. Fernando's
Everyone else
in.
better go in then.
I think that's it. Hamilton's in. Russell's. That's it. Russell's coming in. Verstappen's coming. No, Verstappen's going to do a lap, but Russell's boxed as well. Well, that's it. Qualifying's over with 30 seconds to go. What a whimper!
Very anticlimactic ending.
What a whimper to qualifying. What are you doing?
Work. 3rd would be more preferable, though an odd number.
Sainz is on an out lap. He could still take it. Remember, he was quick in qualifying too. Stroll's still out there, so he could do something. So,
no, I can't
well, Ocon's 10th. Hülkenberg went to another. What a whimper to qualifying that is.
If he goes into 5th, he'll just be caught in back battles.
And Max doesn't even need to try anymore, does he? He's 14,000 of his own time.
Why is he still out?
So the check. Hello, Megan. Look at that for Sergio Perez. He's 1,000 off Verstappen's time.
Yeah, well, he's angry.
Perez might take this
You
away.
better take this.
And Sainz is only 17,000 down. It's not over yet, so maybe it's not exactly what we wanted with all 10 cars fighting towards the finish. But Ocon looking mega. Checkered flag. Stroll goes 8th with a broken hand. Interesting. Ocon's looking quick, Megan.
Oh, though Ocon, for some reason, Ocon's just gone really slow in the last sector, I feel like.
Ocon's done a 1:39.84, yeah, so he's out of it. But Max is fastest sector 2. Perez is up by faster time. What's Sainz? Sainz is a 38.7. Sainz is still in this.
It's going to be a close one between them two.
So who's going to be on pole position? Max Verstappen going for number 21 of his career. Cross the line. It's a 1:29.708. What about Perez at the line? No, 1:29.846.
Oh, great. So it's going to be Red Bull 1-2. And then a Ferrari 3-4.
And Sainz goes into 4th. 1:31.54 ahead of Alonso in 5th.
I suppose that does mean that Alonso would be on an even number. I mean, an odd number, so he could possibly get past the Ferraris.
So, in the year of evolution, it's same old, same old. Red Bull 1-2, Ferrari 3-4. Aston now ahead of the Mercedes. And then Ocon and Hulkenberg rounded out with an Alpine and a Haas.
Surprise, surprise.
C'est la vie.
I would like to clarify that on the F1 season bingo, which I have made, which is in the Discord, the Red Bull 1-2 is for a race result, not qualifying.
Yes. Ed
Yeah,
says,
we won't be getting that for a while.
Ed says, I've
hopefully.
just got back from shopping. Why didn't Hulkenberg do a lap? He did, but he had it deleted for track limits at turn 4, went back out, but didn't bother doing a lap, and came back into the pit lane following Alonso. And I think Alonso 5th, he'll be happy, but
Ruins my plan.
there was more in that car. They pulled it back, I reckon.
Save it for a race.
Yeah, so many people pulled it back. So many people want to say, no, don't
The
do
Mercedes
that.
did,
Yeah.
definitely.
What a whimper. First qualifying of the year, should be exciting, and everyone's just gone like, oh.
Maybe they're trying to lull the Ferraris and Red Bulls into a false sense of security, thinking they might be faster in the race, but really it's them.
Red Bull fans are happy, 1-2 on the grid.
I'm not.
But, I mean, Megs, it doesn't really feel like we've seen the cars do the all. It feels
We
again
haven't. I
feels
feel
like,
cheated.
Yeah, they've sandbagged again. They haven't pushed out to the max. They've backed off on their laps. They did a warm-up lap and that was it. We have more to come, and I hope we get to see it tomorrow in the race. But in terms of knowing who the fastest car is,
It's not Verstappen.
no. David Coulthard has made his way from the F1 TV commentary box to make it down to interview the drivers. F1 TV now taking the commentary to Channel 4 as well.
Even
So
Ocon
it's
had a
Alex
lot more-
Jakes, Julian Palmer and David Coulthard calling the action.
Even Ocon had a lot more pace in him, though he held it back for some
Yeah.
reason.
Well, here's the results. Max Verstappen has pole position number 21 of his Formula 1 career. Sergio Perez will line up on the front row to make it a Red Bull 1-2. Leclerc is 3rd, Sainz 4th, Alonso 5th. Then it's Russell ahead of Hamilton 6th and 7th, Stroll 8th, Ocon 9th, Hulkenberg 10th. Out of Q2, Norris, Bottas, Zhou, Tsunoda, Albon. And then out of Q1, Sargent, Magnussen, Piastri, De Vries and Gasly. And that is how they line up on the grid. Row 1 is Verstappen, Perez. Then it's Ferrari. Then it's Alonso row 3 on the outside, Megan. He's still got a shot down towards turn number 1.
Something just feels fishy about this lineup.
Yeah, De Vries and Gasly on the back of the grid, though.
It seems too planned.
Yeah. Gasly moved away from Alpine. So from AlphaTauri to a team, and he's still 20th.
Maybe he should start thinking maybe it's him.
Yeah, I think you're right there. I think that's something
I
I
mean,
can
with
still try.
Latifi, it was him.
Yeah. Right, David Coulthard is doing the post-qualifying interviews with the top 3 of Leclerc, Perez and pole sitter Max Verstappen. Let's go down to DC. Megan, quickly.
Can I go?
Oh, you can go. Yes,
Yeah.
you can go. Right, let's wait here until DC leaves at least.
No.
Right, let's hear from Charles Leclerc. Down to you, David Coulthard.
Top 5, Alonso, Sainz, Leclerc, Perez, Verstappen.
This year, we saw you getting out of the car and we suddenly thought, is there an issue with the Ferrari? But is this strategic?
No, there wasn't any issue. I think we were in the fight for pole, which was a good surprise, to be honest, because I did not expect that after testing and after the free practices that were a little bit difficult. We managed to find that pace for the quali lap, which was great. However, we need to keep in our mind that in the race run, we seem to be a little bit on the back foot compared to Red Bull. And I think we are in a better place starting 3rd with new tires than starting 1st with old or a bit further up. I don't know if we will have gotten pole or not, but it will have been close.
Now, you were the pole king last year. That session, though, as we were watching the times being traded between yourself, the Red Bull, the Aston Martin of Fernando, it seems a lot tighter, and certainly a lot tighter than what the pre-season testing had predicted.
Yes, I hope it will also be like that on the race runs. But yeah, it was very, very close, actually. Aston Martin was really quick. Mercedes also was really quick at some point of the qualifying. And we are much closer than what we expected, which is looking good for the future. I think it makes Formula 1 more exciting. So I'm looking forward to the rest of the races.
There's a glint in your eye. Do you have a feeling about tomorrow?
Well, again, let's say that in the race run, we seem to have a bit of a weakness for now. Having a new tire will help us tomorrow. But I don't know how much the picture will change with that. But it's going in the right direction at least.
Okay, well done.
Thank you.
On top 3 finish. We're going to hear now from Checo Perez. Checo, pretty tight there with Max. Just a 10th between you. It's been tight all weekend. How was your lap? Did you leave anything behind?
Yeah, I mean, it has been really tight qualifying. I don't remember such a tight qualifying battle from Q1, Q2. You know, the competition, it's really marginal, so you cannot leave anything on the table to maximize your grid position. In the end, yeah, I wasn't totally comfortable with the balance. I believe certainly you can always improve a tenth on your lap. But I think to get this start for the team is really special.
You say you're not comfortable with the balance. This is all about one lap performance. Of course, the race tomorrow, it's about those long runs. Where do you think, do you think the balance will be more suited to the race run for you?
Yeah, if anything, we prepared much more to do the race. You know, we have more of a Sunday race car at the moment underneath us. We knew we had to do some compromises for quali, which we end up doing, and they were not ideal, but hopefully tomorrow it pays out and we can have a very strong race car.
That's ominous for your competition to know that that was a compromised qualifying car and you've just put it P2. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And now it's time to hear from our pole position man, Max. Congratulations. Your 21st pole position on your father's 51st birthday. So that's a good father's present.
Yeah, I hope he was watching. No, I'm pretty sure he was watching. But yeah, I think it's been a bit of a tough start to the weekend yesterday, and today not really finding my rhythm. But luckily in qualifying, I think we managed to put the best pieces together, and of course very happy to be on pole, and also for the whole team coming off off last year, and again having such a strong car with Checo there up there as well. Yeah, it's amazing, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Put us in the cockpit. There's been minor changes to the floor heights, minor changes to the construction of the Pirelli tyre. How does the car feel relative to the first evolution, year one of this regulation?
Well, I think compared to last year, I think everyone knows a bit more what they're doing with the car. So naturally, I think you already start off better and more competitive. And then, yeah, the changes, I think, slow down the car a bit, but we are still going faster. So that's, of course, a great thing to see. And I think, again, throughout the year, you will see that everyone is increasing their performance again a lot. And that's the beautiful thing about Formula One.
Did you honestly expect it to be so tight? The gap to Ferrari, Fernando Alonso was not that far away as well?
I was actually positively surprised being on pole after the struggles I had in practice. So that's positive, and normally our race car is better, so let's see.
Okay, Max, congratulations on pole position.
Thank you.
Here's confirmation then of how they will line up on the grid tomorrow for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Row 1 will be Max Verstappen on pole position. Alongside him on the front row will be Sergio Perez. Charles Leclerc is in third. Carlos Sainz fourth. Fernando Alonso is fifth with George Russell sixth. Then it's Lewis Hamilton, Lance Stroll on row 4. Row 5 will see Ocon and Hülkenberg. 6th row will see Norris and Bottas. 7th row, Zhou and Tsunoda. 8th row, Albon, Sargent as well. And then 9th row, Magnussen, Piastri. 10th row, De Vries and Gasly. Of course, Gasly having his lap time deleted by the stewards. Josh, coming to you. What a session once again. I can't wait for race day because that was a bit of a whimper. What do you think we're going to see in the race tomorrow?
Might be a bit of help if I put the mic down, but I was a bit disappointed with Q3. Q1 and Q2 really shaped a good Q3, but then it just fell off a little bit. But tomorrow is going to be a great race. I can already feel it, and I can't predict what's going to happen.
It's going to be mega exciting. Here's the information as well, just quickly as well. Ed said as well, Verstappen wins seems assured unless the Red Bulls blows up like last year. And Rene says, let's go, Fernando. Ed says, I can already see my pick a winner tally going from 5 to 6. Big shout out to Red Bull's livery designer to squeeze 12 sponsor logos on the front nose cone. Nice from Max and Checo, but Mercedes got some troubles as well. 6th and 7th as well on the board. Okay, my thank you to you, Josh, for being in the box for this one. My thanks to Megan as well. We'll be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. GMT. All of the build-up for the Bahrain Grand Prix, where it will see Max Verstappen line up on pole position. But just remember this stat. Nobody has won the title after winning the first race since 2016. That's 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 and 22. 6 years a curse. Can Max Verstappen try and beat it as he goes for his third world title? Join us tomorrow to find out. From us all here Bye for now.